Hello. Every July on BookTube we do a special feature on Jane Austen, and this year I've got a particularly unusual specimen. What about this? I'm sure it's a book that you probably don't have yourself, and it's Jane Austen at Penguin, 50 postcards from 10 decades. And I so enjoyed looking through this because you get to see the covers from her different books, but in the different pictures they've used and different styles they've used in Penguin through the ages. And I find looking through this, there would be the occasional one which would just seem to jump out at me and say, oh, that shock of recognition of a familiar face. And yet if you'd asked me to describe the title of the book, I probably wouldn't have remembered. But it's just a joy to look through these pictures again and be reminded of the books themselves, and also the different styles of publishing through the ages. And Jane Austen, in her time and her books, writing is a huge important thing. So I think it's quite apt to have a box of postcards, which then I can use for many different purposes. But the prime one, of course, will be to write little messages in the back and send it off to friends. And a postcard is something that is beautiful to look at and also gives a short message to write if you're in a rush, or you're someone who doesn't like to write a lot, or your handwriting is fairly illegible and therefore it's enough to have 3 lines and people have to puzzle it out what you mean. But it's that very personal, handwritten feeling that you don't get from an email. It's one person's hand to yours, and also it's something they've chosen, the particular picture. So a wonderful thing to use to send letters to other fans of Jane Austen. I have some friends who are, and I think they'll quite enjoy receiving those. The other use for them, of course, is to use as bookmarks, to take one of these and just slip it between the covers of any other book that I'm reading and find out where I am immediately when I come back to the book, because I do read many different books at the same time. I don't know if you do as well. So this is my recommendation for today. I bought it myself. This is not a paid for advertisement, but I just thought I'd share that with you as a little joy of Jane Austen to pass on to you and let you know that it's out there in the world. These titles can be changed as they're sent out. Something I love to do with postcards is put on different words, either write them on or maybe by using a particular tape printer and stick it on, and then therefore it changes the whole meaning of the picture, or it vies with it or contradicts it, and it's just humorous and it personalises the postcard. It's a bit like subtitling photographs, I guess, and putting something underneath that's slightly subversive or funny, and something I enjoy. And I particularly like the front cover, which is, to my mind, has got a perfect title, which is "Be Off With You and Your Encyclopedias." And that is an early door-to-door saleswoman for encyclopedias. That's just the thought that occurs. Bye for now.